Hey guys, it is Tuesday and it's like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and I'm obviously not at work. I didn't get fired, so that's a good thing. But Friday I went to work and started to not feel all that great like 2 hours in. So I went home, called my dad to pick me up from work, and told him to take me to the hospital, and he did. And then they discharged me saying that I was presenting with COVID symptoms, but I didn't exactly test positive for it. So that was confusing. And they did a urine sample just because of how I was feeling. Like, okay, so I was at work and I work at a call center. So I was sitting there. I thought I could just push through because I literally had to work that Friday and then Saturday, and then that was it. Like, I was gonna just go to the doctor or go to the hospital on Sunday and figure it out so I wouldn't have to miss work. But 2 hours in, sorry, 2 hours into my shift, my spine started to like spasm and it started to hurt. And usually when that happens, I'm one of two things: at a very very beginning of meningitis, or I have a UTI that's about to get really bad. And so I had just did a urine sample with my primary doctor, and they came back and were like, "Oh, you're fine. There's nothing wrong with your urine. You're clean, basically. You're totally clear." And then I was like, "So then why the hell do I feel like crap?" So, um, 2 hours in, my spine started to spasm and stuff. So I was like, you know what? No, I need to go to the hospital and figure this out, because although my primary doctor was saying I was totally fine, I didn't feel totally fine. So I went to the ER and they did a urine sample, and they said that my urine had a lot of bacteria in it. But they didn't send me home with anything. No antibiotics. They didn't put antibiotics through my IV because I had an IV at the time. But they just put like fluids, like regular fluids, into my IV. They didn't put no antibiotics, no nothing. And they said that I was presenting with COVID symptoms and sent me on my way. And then the day after, on Saturday, nope, I'm lying. On Sunday, yesterday, hold on, I'm getting my days mixed up. Yeah, I went Friday to the hospital, and then Saturday, you had nothing, and then Sunday they called me, and they were like, just checking on you to see how you're doing, how you're feeling, or whatever. I told them I still felt like crap. And they were like, well, since your urine did present with a bunch of bacteria, we want to give you antibiotics. And I was like, cool, because I mean, I don't feel good, so I mean, whatever I can take to feel better, fine, you know. But they gave me a note while I was in the hospital. I just went to the ER. I wasn't admitted or nothing, but I went to the ER and they gave me a note saying that since I was presenting with COVID symptoms, that I couldn't go back to work until Thursday. So it's like basically a week of me not going to work, and kind of annoyed with that. But I mean, it is what it is. But now I'm starting antibiotics, and I'm kind of glad I'm not going to work while I'm starting these antibiotics, because usually at the very beginning of me taking antibiotics, and I don't know if I mentioned this before, but usually at the very beginning of me taking antibiotics, the first couple days, I feel very, like, tired and not hungry. I just get, like, really weak. I just don't feel good the first couple days of antibiotics. And so it's a 5-day course that they're going to give me. So I'm guessing like the first 2 or 3 days I'm not gonna feel that great. So that's usually what happens. But yeah, I don't know now. Ew. Anyways, yeah, that's basically what's going on right now. I am home for the next couple of days, and I don't like it. I'd rather be at work, because honestly, like, I mean, I get it. I'm presenting with COVID symptoms and I shouldn't be going to work just in case I do happen to get someone else sick or vice versa, like me get sick all over again. Because, okay, so what happened was last weekend, I started to feel very not well. I started to have the back pain and whatnot, which is why I initially went to my primary doctor to see if I had a UTI, because that's usually the first sign that I have a UTI is my back pain. And so I went or whatever to the doctor and they did the urine sample and they said I was fine. But last weekend is when I started to feel not well. I started to have the back pain and started to feel like if I had a fever, and I took Theraflu and whatnot, and I put a like long sleeve sweater on me and like kind of sweated everything out. And then for like a day or two, I started to feel like pretty okay. So I thought, okay, maybe it was just like a fluke. It is what it is, you know? No. Throughout that week, I started to do the Theraflu and the whole sweater thing Sunday, since I don't work Sunday, Monday. By Sunday, Tuesday, I mean by what am I saying? By Monday, Tuesday, I started to feel like okay. Wednesday, I woke up with diarrhea. Thursday, I still had a little bit of it, and then Friday, I went and 2 hours in, I had to leave early. But those were all like, had I just paid attention a little bit more, I could have just went to the ER that first day I didn't feel good. But those were all signs of or symptoms of COVID, which the whole not feeling good with diarrhea and all that were symptoms of COVID. I just, for whatever reason, I just didn't process in my head, because I figured, because okay, you know how I'm going to work, but I wear my mask all day every day. So for whatever reason in my head, it just told me it's not COVID because I wear my mask. I don't know, for whatever reason, I just thought like that was like a thing where if you wear a mask, you just don't get it. But whatever. Had I just went, I could have figured it out a lot sooner. But I didn't. And I feel bad because after I figured out that I was presenting with COVID symptoms, I texted a lot of my coworkers that I was with, and I was like, hey, go get tested, because I just got out of the ER and they said I was presenting with symptoms or whatever. And then one of my coworkers text back and they were like, oh, so and so tested positive. I was like, great. So I feel bad, but I mean, I didn't know, and had I just paid attention a little bit more, I probably could have figured it out, but I didn't. So yeah, that's basically how my week went. I was trying to ignore it and try to like make it seem like it was a lot less than what it actually was, but it turns out it was COVID. And on top of that, I am given antibiotics for a UTI on top of it, so it was like a 2-for-1 type of thing. But I should have just paid more attention to my body. I was trying so hard to just be like, no, it's fine, it's nothing, you know. I was trying to just work, because I'm still in my first 90 days and I just don't want to mess anything up. I don't want to be like put in a position where I could possibly lose my job because I'm sick. So, because that's what happened in the past, where I get sick and then next thing you know, 90 days happens and I get let go from my job. That's happened to me literally every time I've ever worked, ever. So yeah, I was trying really hard for that to let that happen. But I mean, it is what it is. After I got sepsis a couple years ago, I kind of learned my lesson. Like, I'm not putting my job before my health. I did that for years and it bit me in the ass. I'm not doing that again. So anyways, I just wanted to give you guys that little update. I am home for the next couple days. I am not working because I don't feel good and I'm on antibiotics and I'm presenting with COVID symptoms. But the only symptoms I really did have was I didn't take my temperature, but I felt that I had a fever. I had the diarrhea. I had the body aches. I had the fatigue. But that's pretty much it. I didn't have anything else. And I'm not vaccinated, so that's pretty much like all I've experienced with it. I didn't have the whole loss of appetite. I mean, the loss of taste or nothing like that. I didn't have any of that. So, yeah. And I'm not, before someone comes at me with this video about not being vaccinated, I'm not vaccinated not because I don't want to be. I'm not vaccinated because every single time something is put in through, like if, for example, if I have an IV, anytime a medication is given to me through IV, like Benadryl, for example, my heart rate goes like really, really high. Like I'll be sitting in like the 80s, which is still not great. It should be in the 60s, but I'll be sitting in the 80s. And then they'll give me Benadryl, for example, and then it'll shoot up to like 150. So my doctors, my primary doctor, and the doctors that I've seen in the ER when that has happened have all told me not to get vaccinated, just to be on the safe side, because that's not normal for something as simple as Benadryl to be put into my bloodstream and have my heart rate go up that high. So that's why I'm not vaccinated. I want to be. I haven't figured out what's going on with my heart, and until I do, I have been told not to get vaccinated, which is very annoying because I've had every single doctor that I've seen for my heart tell me that I'm perfectly fine. So I'm annoyed with that. But yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna see you guys later because my voice obviously still sounds a little weird. I don't have a sore throat anymore. I am coughing a little bit, but that's pretty much it. So I don't really know why my voice is being weird. But yeah, I'm gonna go because I'm in pain. So I'll see you guys later. And as always, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like this video. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.